Hi guys, and welcome to Easy Seduction. I'm Frank, and today we're gonna talk about traveling. You have to travel if you want to be a good seducer. It's very important. I should say you have to travel. You have to travel a lot and oftenly. You have to understand that when you spend your time on picking up girls, always on the same area, most of the time the same girls, you're gonna get some habits. You're gonna go through some kind of mechanism. You can tweak your way to seduce women. You can improve yourself, but on some point you're gonna stabilize yourself, and you couldn't evolve so much. And guess what? You want to evolve. So on some point you'll have to break these habits. You have to go on something new, something fresh. You have to face the unknown. And that's why you have to travel. You don't necessarily need to go very far away, but at least you have to face a new culture. You have to meet some women which are like different, really different than the woman that you're usually meeting.
聞いた？
何
マチコよ。
マチコが
フーよ。
It's very good and very important to travel in order to be a good seducer for many reasons. First one, it's the dynamic. When you always stay on the same place, you become static. Your energies are the same. You're meeting the same persons, and you're exchanging same kind of energies. Going on a new fresh place gonna dynamize yourself. It's gonna make you fresh. It's gonna be very interesting because it's gonna open your mind. You're gonna face a new culture, new way of seeing life. You could have maybe strong emotions, but most important of all, you couldn't seduce the woman that you're gonna meet on this new country on the way that you used to seduce women, because the codes are different. And the woman that you're gonna seduce, they're gonna react on a different way. It could be very surprising. Sometimes the codes are very different. It's gonna open your mind, open your perspectives. It's gonna force you to see things on a different way, on a different level. It's gonna bring you new skills. Maybe you have to be careful about some basic things. I mean, beware sometimes, and you're gonna find out quite soon that there are some things that you could say on your country, but which couldn't be acceptable on the country you're visiting. Sometimes it's gonna be easier to pick up women, and sometimes it's gonna be way much harder. Don't be disappointed if it's hard. Doesn't matter. Consider that as a training. Even if you fail a lot of time, the benefit's gonna be huge. If you do visit a country and you found out that it's very hard to seduce women and you're failing all the time, don't stay too long. Just an advice. Because otherwise, maybe you could lose your confidence. And you need to be confident to be a good seducer. You don't need to lower your self-esteem. But it's always gonna be interesting. For sure, in some countries, the code's gonna be quite different. So don't involve yourself on bad situations.
I'm sorry, operator, I can't hear you. I'm trying to use the phone!
There are some places where guys could be very jealous, and you could be successful with a wrong woman which is involved in a relationship, which have a boyfriend. Maybe this one could be very violent, very aggressive. So if you're a stranger somewhere, ask first the woman if she's single, maybe in a subtle way, but verify that she doesn't have any boyfriend who wants to kill you somewhere, you know. There's some places I'm thinking about, Eastern country, for instance, where jealous boyfriend could revenge. It could be dangerous. As a foreigner, be a good observer as well. Look at the other guys. It's very interesting. Look at the way that they do seduce women, which could be probably very different from the way that you know already. Maybe not try to be too cocky when you're a foreigner. It's the best way to fail. Keep in mind that you're on a new start. You're not necessarily a conqueror, and you have to be humble. And it would be probably appreciated. Wherever you're going, keep in mind that you're the charming guy. So in that way, you will be successful wherever you will be. There's another trick that I learned from a guy from Switzerland, a traveler. When you're somewhere, try to check the way that people are dressing and go on a shop and buy some local clothes. Because you're gonna be a foreigner and you're already gonna be special. And you don't want to be too special. And it's interesting anyway, because the purpose of your journey is to change your habits. So you're gonna try to seduce women on the way that local guys are seducing women. It's gonna be a new weapon for you in your life. And you're gonna avoid many problems with the locals as well. Don't try to be too cocky or too funny, because you don't know how the woman gonna react. And they could react quite badly, you don't know. I mean by that I had quite bad experience in Australia, for instance. I was on the pub and I was using a pickup line that I use oftenly. It's just a classic, going close to the girl, starting a conversation and saying something like, you know what, girl, like, offer me a cup of champagne and I will allow you to kiss me on my mouth. And actually, she took it very badly. She just asked to the doorman to put me out. It was quite rude and brutal. And it was a very interesting lesson. Not being too cocky and too funny when you're in a foreign country. Observe. Be patient. But be determined. Show to a woman that you do want her and you're serious about that. It could be very interesting as well to try to seduce a woman when you just don't know the language. It's gonna be hard, super hard, but it's gonna be a very interesting work on yourself, because then you're gonna work on your inner game, your vibe. You're gonna feel very stupid trying to seduce a woman and not knowing any good words or just few words of language. You're just gonna appear to her like a clown. And it doesn't matter so much, because if you focus on your vibe, if you go on a cool and confident vibe, she's gonna be charmed anyway. And she's gonna help you. She's just gonna help you to seduce her. Most of your friends, when they do come back from some foreign countries, gonna say to you that, oh, how much it's easier to pick up women on this place, and women are so beautiful and they're so easy to get. Don't believe it is wrong. It's crap. It's always very difficult when you're a foreigner and you go on some unknown place. Everything gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to make you understand. If you're an English speaker, don't expect that most of the people gonna speak English. It could be a way as well to speak other languages. A good seducer should speak many languages. It's a base. And it's a way to show how much you're educated. Wherever your behavior is, women will always appreciate an educated guy, even if he's broke. Because being educated is already a social proof. Always travel alone. This is very important. If you do travel with some good buddy with you, you won't have any benefits of your trip. It's sad to say, but you have to make it hard. No pain, no gain. You're gonna have the experience of loneliness. You're gonna be maybe despair sometime, and it's gonna force you to socialize. Become a very good socializer. If you want some friend, find the friends just on the place you're visiting.
I make and I sell soap.
This is how I met Tyler Durden.
It's always gonna be very interesting to travel because all you know, all you think you know, your pickup lines, your reflex, just gonna be maybe worthless. Wherever, maybe your trip gonna be very successful and you're gonna score with a lot of women, or maybe it's gonna be a total nightmare. It's not very important because when you're gonna go back to your place, you're gonna have new skills, new weapons, new experiences, and you're gonna be much better on what you already know